time. Something has got to happen because we can no longer go down the path that we're going down. This country won't last another 6 months. This country won't last another 12 months if something doesn't happen. So it's time to flip the switch. It's time to get involved. It's time to move the line forward. And if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So I don't care what flip the switch is. I don't care if that means that all of this nonsense is nonsense, or if some of it's true. All right. Welcome, Warriors, World Patriots, my fellow Americans. My name is Mike. I'm the host of the Liberty Warrior. Give me liberty or give me death. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty, and it is time to stand up tonight and flip the switch. Hallelujah. Let's do this. I'm ready to rock and roll. I got a special guest in the waiting room with us tonight, a brother of mine. Really excited to have a conversation because there is a lot to talk about tonight, so buckle up. Couple of announcements. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by a Patriot-owned business that puts America first. I just reported last night about how the Democrats are getting ready to eliminate the tariffs on China. What does that mean, folks? That means China is going to be running rampant once again here in the United States after the Trump administration shut it down and started making them pay a fair tariff. Well, now Joe Biden and the Democrats, they want to get rid of that. So what does that mean? A lot of those mom and pop shops, a lot of those big box stores across America are going to be loading the shelves, loading it with all kinds of things made in China, just like, I mean, it's not like it's already bad enough. They're going to make it worse. So if you want to make a difference, if you don't want to support China and you want to support America and patriots that are God loving, family first, country first, America first, jump over to lwnfliptheswitch.com for more questions. Join this movement. We are making a difference, and you can join that difference, and we'll do it together. All right. Tonight, America Under Attack, dissolving the Bill of Rights. Thank you, Gerald, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says, Mike, have the wire and the switch if you could hook it up. Caution, the switch is in the on position. Brother, I am an electrician, and you have no idea how bad I'm trying to hook that switch up each and every night, opening people's eyes, waking them up, saying, listen, we got to get in the fight. We got to make a difference. There's a lot going on just in the last 24 hours for things that just aren't making sense. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in John Estabrooks. How's it going, John? How are you this evening?
It's fantastic, Mike. Boy, I'll tell you what, I hope you're proud of yourself because, I know on our LWN podcast the other day that we broke exactly what was going to happen before anybody in the digital media realm, and certainly mainstream doesn't get to even guess at what direction they're going to take. And then today we watched old Joe stroke the pen on his Defense Production Act for baby formula. And we said that was going to happen a few days back.
Booyah.
Yeah, that's it. Bingo.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner.
Yeah. So three old boys, just Americans doing the American thing and digging and searching and finding the truth. We're able to reveal something before mainstream media and before the system that is the one-party system in Washington, D.C. I was going back, and I said, well, how would we cover everything tonight? And how do we get up to lead people to the context that this has been coming, and we saw this coming all the way back, and you can go back to 2017, and when they first announced, and I guess the Democrat congressman from Texas, Al Green, he was the first one filed for impeachment of T. So they haggered a man and they drove the man. The mainstream media never gave him any type of credit for anything. And he just went about his business. And he fired some people. He got rid of people, but he went about his business and turned around our nation to a really great position in a matter of about 3.5 years. And then all of a sudden, the bioweapon was released. And so the chronological order, and when you go through and you look exactly how the Dems played out their Trump term and what did to us, the American people, delivered us to exactly where we're at today, because that was and is good versus evil. And they have shown themselves to be more extreme to the left than anything we even imagined. I never imagined that it would only take 18 short months for him to drive us a ditch, huh, brother?
In the ditch, I think he's driving us off the freaking cliff, to be honest with you. This guy and the administration is 100% out of control. And what do I mean by out of control? Let me hit you with this tonight. Here we go, John. Biden is now making comment that we don't need the Bill of Rights anymore.
Nothing shocking, brother. I wish I could tell you I was shocked, but he's just falling in line with Bernie.
So
AOC.
They want rid of the First Amendment. They want rid of any of us on the internet putting out what they consider disinformation. They want it gone. He is, man, I listened to his press conference the other day. Yeah, I'm not shocked, but man, I'm angry about it because there's so many people on the left. They listen to this nonsense and they agree with it. You hear them all the time. They just sit there and they go, yeah, he's right. The First Amendment, then they want to come after the Second Amendment for Buffalo. It just is relentless. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's mind-boggling.
It has been their agenda, Mike. And since I've been in this patriot resistance for a long time, a couple of decades, we've seen that this is exactly where if they ever got power, and you got to recognize that HRC, she was supposed to just come in behind Barry and complete the mission. They knew that they could complete the mission with her in there in a 4-year period, and they would have a communist America. And that's their mission. That's why they hate the Constitution. They hate the Bill of Rights. They do, the Bill of Rights is under attack on so many levels. It's frightening, First Amendment, our freedom of speech, our freedom to worship. What did they do when they locked us all down? They said, well, you can't congregate in a church.
Yeah, you can't go to church. Can't go to church.
Yeah.
So many churches closed their doors and never reopened. Let me make another announcement now that I speak of church. A big announcement for all you guys for Lone Star Sunday. Just wanted to let you guys know Lone Star Sunday is having technical difficulties. So at this point, we're just going to push the pause button until we can work through those technical difficulties so that we can have an awesome stream with Jay and Tina. And they are amazing. And we definitely want them on Sunday afternoons or Sunday early morning with you guys. So just an announcement for those of you who enjoy that show. It's just on pause for right now until we can figure out the internet situation to get a good stream. So here's some more information. Thank you, Daughter of the Beloved, for putting this out there. I did try, I think it was yesterday, and I didn't succeed. But Truth Social, big alert. Truth Social is now available on the web. She said that she got in on it today on the laptop. So for all of you people out there with the Androids that have been chomping at the bit to get on Truth Social, if you got a PC, sounds like you jump on at least with your PC until Androids are now available. So jump over on Truth Social, get on there with us. Tammy the Hammer is under Tammy the Hammer Nation is under Tammy Nation. So look her up, Tammy Nation, and I'm over there under Liberty Warrior Nation. A lot of people signing up with us, a lot of subscriptions. And let me tell you, if you have not been on Truth Social yet, get over there. And John Estabrooks is over there too. So find John Estabrooks over there. Click on him too, man. He puts out John did a video. John did a video a couple days ago talking about $40 billion that got sent over to Ukraine. And he's sitting there, he's kind of looking up in the air, kind of doing one of these. Yep. And let's see. Old Jill made a trip over there and filled her purse. Pelosi made a trip over there and filled her purse. Basically, he was telling you guys, hey, listen, these politicians keep shipping billions of dollars over to these countries, and then they show up and fill their pockets. Right, John?
Yeah. And let's go ahead and let's break that down and to the truth of what it is. The Khazarian mafia has had control over the central banking system. They're the creators of the central banking system, creators of the fiat currency, and their primary money laundering location is in the Ukraine. Now, we know that, and we can remember, the second impeachment trial of Mr. T, and, he had a conversation with Vladimir Zelenko, the president of the Ukraine, newly elected, right after he was elected. And he ran as a Trump-like guy, that he was going to clean up corruption. And this is an actor comedian, but he gets elected. Mm-hmm. Trump picks up the call, makes a phone call to him and, and says, look, what are you going to do to clean up the corruption, and where are you at, and how do you, are you going to deal with what took place with Hunter and Burisma, and what are your thoughts on that? And Trump handed the minute they broke it. Oh, he's pressuring on foreign leader. Well, okay, he said, well, here's the transcript of the call. You want it? Here it is. And he read it out to the entire planet to see. Here's what I said. And why was he so interested? Because the one thing that all of the Democrats and the Republicans, because after I made that video, I started to go the next day, because guess what? Old Turtlehead, Mitch McConnell, what's her name? Susan Collins, the lady with, I guess she's got palsy or something. Anyhow, and John Cornyn out of Texas, an old military contract guy. I mean, when you look at all of those guys that went, the Republicans that went, what and who are their largest contributors to their campaigns? The military contractors. So what were they over there? Did they take their satchel to get their satchel filled up? Because they're not going to transfer it, because guess what they know? Someone inside the White Hat organization is tracking everything, that if it relates to a wire and it relates to sending anything over the internet from the U.S. to a foreign country, it's being tracked by the NSA. How do we know that's true? What did we just see with the 2,000 donkeys? Yeah. So now they know that's not safe. We're going to have to get on a plane and go there, by God, just because we love Ukraine and we care about the Ukrainian people.
Just so much. Wanted to go over there on Mother's Day and wish her a happy Mother's Day. I don't even know the lady, but hey, I'm going to fly halfway around the world on taxpayer dollar to wish somebody I don't know a happy Mother's Day. And hey, by the way, wink, wink, can you fill up my 2 suitcases?
Yeah, and I'm going to fly into Kiev, where this horrible Russia is just we're in such a great war. Listen, Vlad told everybody exactly what he was doing, and he's living up to his word. And his mission is just about complete. And that's what was everything that is happening in the Donbass. All of there was targeting. If you don't know and never have heard of the Azov Battalion, look it up. Do your little research online. Just type in Azov Battalion, and you'll find that that's the Ukraine National Guard. But then go and look at the symbolism, the symbol that they wear on their patch, and associate that with who? Adolf. Old Adolf. Now, what did the young man the other day in Boston, what did he have on? A patch just like the Azov Battalion. So is he a Nazi? We got Nazis running around in the United States of America? I don't know. But here's the bottom line. We listen to mainstream media, and they portray this. They would have you believe that this was a right-wing extremist. He's a racist. Huh? Okay, good deal, folks. We cured that in this nation in the 60s. We told the KKK and all of them, you're wrong. This is not going to happen in the United States of America. And many of us supported, and so did our legislators, our Republican legislators, passed the Civil Rights Act to end all of the craziness with racist extremists. We hate them. I don't have no respect for them of any race. Doesn't matter if you're white, black. If you're an extremist, if you're an extremist in a religion, if you're an extremist, you've got to rethink your own business. But you can't paint the brush of division that we heard Joey Dimes standing in Boston, and he made the link. Now listen to how horrible this is. He made the link to the protesters. Who did it in January 6th to a deranged maniac 18-year-old kid.
Oh man, I was fired up last night talking about that stuff.
Domestic extremist.
It's crazy. If you guys can hit that like button for me. Listen, the numbers are climbing on Truth Social. They're climbing on Twitter. They're climbing on Facebook. Thank you, Carlene, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. And every time you guys hit that like button and you share this thing out, it helps our algorithm. Right now, I need to break that algorithm. If you guys can share this out, that'd be a big help, because right now YouTube is really trying to suppress LWN, trying to censor us. And if you guys, how we break that algorithm is blow that like button up and share on every platform. And these guys, we will make their heads spin, because they're not going to know how we came back again, how we came from nowhere again. And guess what? We're not going anywhere. We're going everywhere. So here's something that I want to bring to your attention, John. Have you heard about the great replacement theory?
Well, you know, Mike, I never had. And I don't guess I went down. That's a rabbit hole I never chased, because I don't believe that our invasion on the southern border is anything but just that, an invasion. And it is about controlling the election. You know, they're locating them in red states if they can, purple states preferably, places that are close. But I think that they've really missed their mark, because what does our brother Frank Lopez tell us? The Hispanic Americans
love Trump.
They love Trump, and they hate what's happening in this country. They didn't come to this country for this crap, you know.
Yep.
And so,
you know, John, every time
by design.
Every time we get on a show, I feel like we're in like one of those. I said this the other day on Podbean. It's like we're in a home run derby, and we're Sammy Sosa and some of the great Bambino, and we're just keep knocking them out of the park. You hit that nail right on the head. Yes, the great replacement theory is the fact that the Democrats are really pushing hard on, and even Biden himself and some of the high-ranking Democrats said their goal is to get every foreigner that they can across that southern border, and they believe that all these foreigners are going to vote Democrat. They're going to vote blue, and you're exactly right. I mean, spot on. They want to turn purple states into blue states. They want to disrupt the red states. They want to cause chaos in the red states and give them make them sweat bullets, really, and start turning red to purple. That is the Democrats' goal. They are all about trying to allow our southern border to be invaded and to try to change the electoral. What does that mean? Well, if they get enough people in certain demographics, you can change it from red to purple. You can change it purple from red. But you know what? We can do the same thing. All we have to do is put out the truth. We got to put out the truth, and we got to allow people the opportunity to have open minds and to see our side of all of these policies and everything that we believe in, our morals, our values. And we can change purple back to red, and we can change blue to red, and it's going to be a massive wave. Your thoughts on that, John?
Oh, I agree with you 100%. And look, this border crisis and illegal immigration has been decade after decade. There was an old guy that when I was into resistance, Frosty Woolridge, and he's a Texas resident, and he really studied it and he mapped it. He's the first guy, man. He was screaming on every radio that he could get on and telling everybody, hey, you better pay attention to this. You know, 500,000 last year. You know, now it's 600,000, and he just kept saying, "What is the mission? What's the purpose of it?" And he kind of nailed it back then, and it hasn't changed. And here's the thing: so immigration's been broken. Ronald Reagan knew it, and he attempted to fix it, legislated to fix it, but it still doesn't go far enough, fast enough. Because guess what, folks? People around the planet Earth are starving to get to what you have, what Americans have, liberty and freedom. They're craving it because they've been under somebody's thumbnail. They've lived in I won't use Trump's terminology, but they've lived in third world little countries to where they, don't have running water. Think about that, Americans. Think about all we have and these people's desire is to come into this nation and look. You might give a bad rap to a lot of immigrants, but I'll tell you what, when you're in a hurricane torn up place like I was the last couple of times, and your city's destroyed and everything around you is destroyed, and the first people that show up, and you can pick them up in a Lowe's parking lot, Home Depot, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to come get a day's work, a hard labor. And those people want to be here. They want to prosper. They just want what we have, and I don't fault them for that. But here's the bad part. They're also bringing in a criminal element, and they're allowing a criminal element to come in here. And ask yourself, since we've had the war on drugs, how long has that been going on?
Oh, probably longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, from Vietnam, So we've had this war on drugs, and where were the drugs coming across back in the 60s? Coming from Mexico. Everybody knew it. But I'm going to ask you now, I'm going to take you down, I'm going to bring it down to a level that everybody, and this is an assertion I'm going to make. It's not a guy like Mike and John or any of the listeners that are bringing in these drugs. Who do you think, other than the drug cartels, are profiting and can afford to bring in $1 million worth of marijuana, $1 million worth of heroin? Who can afford that, folks? You guys got the money to handle that? Hell no. It's always been doctors, lawyers, and politicians. You want to know? Listen, I'm going to break this down to you because I've been listening to them till I'm blue in the face about domestic terrorism. You know who the domestic terrorists are in this nation, Mike?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes, sir. They're sitting in Washington, frickin' D.C., and every state capital that's doing the work against the people. That's domestic terrorism. And what do we? Yeah, we swear an oath to defend our Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. You want to know the domestic terrorist? Anybody that would pull baby formula off a shelf to make this nation go into a crisis mode where now we've got children showing up at the hospital, mamas with their babies in the going to the hospital because they can't get the formula that they need. And we talked about that on the show, the podcast. We knew this was going to happen. We knew what the mission was. We laid out step by step how Abbott is attached to State Street, BlackRock, Vanguard. That's who owns and controls Abbott. And guess what? Abbott is in the pocket of the globalist. And if you think just shutting down 45% of the formula production in this nation was by accident, get over it, because you're wrong.
You know what? You know who else are domestic terrorists, John? Any part of our government, any part of private industry out there, any employer that will suppress their people under medical tyranny and force them to wear the nasty things on their faces or to pump the crap in their arm, that to me is a domestic terrorist.
You know, they got a new name for this variant right now because they're already screaming they've got cases are on the rise and death rates staying consistent. Cases are on the rise. And go back and use your logic and think, when did the big C come on board? They do the lockdown. Go back and time it. And I'm going to tell you, if you've seen this election variant, get ready. Because it's here, folks.
That's what it's called, too, I'm sure. Oh man, I'm fired up. I don't know if having you on tonight was a good idea, because I can tell you I'm hot under the collar about some of the topics that we're covering tonight, because you're exactly right. You know, America is under attack. Wake up, folks. Share this out to your neighbors. Share this out to your family members, those ones who may be on the fence. We can turn them red. Share this out to the biggest liberal. Have them watch the show. I encourage you to, our brother Nate, I haven't seen him in chat for a while, but he's got a couple of his buddies that he works with that are Democrats or liberals, and they actually watch the show. Jerry and man, I can't remember what the other one's name was. Ortiz or Orso and Jerry. If you're watching tonight, I'm glad to have you here. But here's something else. I want to bounce back for just a quick second and talk about immigration and talk about the people coming to America. I believe there is a huge majority of them that are good people and they do want what's best for their family. And those are the people that I want to come here, but I want them to come here right. But let me tell you, you're spot on. The Democrats have totally 100% missed their mark. They are counting on, bending on that these people are going to come here and vote blue. And I'm telling you what, I've talked to some people that have come from other countries, and they are Trump supporters. They're conservatives. They think that blue is absolutely crazy. They don't understand why blue Democrats want men and little girls' bathroom, why they want little boys to dress with like little girls, why they have men and women's sports, why a lot of things. They don't understand why this country is turning communist. So they miss the mark. These people coming, if they can get here legally and become a citizen, I think they'd be a great asset to this country. Yes, there is a criminal element that does come and slide in under the fence with everybody else. And I hope that we can capture those people and turn them around. The people that want to come here legally, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, you're right, Mike. You're spot on, because you got to recognize that these folks that are coming here, when you listen, they're coming from Colombia. They're coming. Think about the governments in those places. Think about the government of Mexico, and Mexico is not a bad place. It's overrun by the drug cartels, but the criminal elements got that deeply embedded. The mafia, just like our criminal element in D.C. Those people in D.C. don't speak for you and I. No. And listen, what's my party? What party do I vote for, Mike?
Well, I'm going to say conservative patriot because I don't like referring to myself as a Republican. I don't like referring to myself as a Republican because I think there's too many rhinos, and I can name you off an arm length if you want. I am a conservative patriot, and that patriot movement came out, and it was hardcore too. And man, I got behind it. I was all about joining the Patriot Party, but Dan Bongino, I'm a huge fan of Dan Bongino. I hope someday he actually watches my show because I'm a big fan of Dan Bongino, and he said it best to me in a video that he did. He said, "Listen, to try to build a Patriot Party and all the infrastructure that it takes," he goes, "Man, it take a long time, and that's an uphill battle that he doesn't know that we could actually win." He said, "Why do that when you got a hot rod out there, meaning the Republican Party? You just go in there and gut the thing, pull the motor, pull the interior, drop that thing down to the chassis and rebuild it. You've already got what you need. Just give it a good overhaul and get rid of the bad players, meaning Turtle Man Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney from Utah, what's her name? Cheney from Wyoming. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. These people need to go bye-bye. They need to be voted out. And America under attack. We're being attacked at the southern border. We're being attacked at the voter box. We're being attacked from lamestream media. We're being attacked from the president himself. I mean, every which way we look, we're being attacked. But guess what? God's armor. We have God's armor, and we're patriots, and we can take it, and we'll take it, and we're going to, you see the part in 300 where they all stand shield to shield, and the opposing army comes rushing in, and bam, slams up against that shield, right? And then the guy hollers, and they all take one step forward, and they push the enemy back, and they push the enemy back, and they push the enemy back, and then it falls over the cliff. That's what we have to do as patriots. We have to stand together. We have to unite, and we have to work as one. Instead of this divisive, always looking at people's differences, we need to look at everyone's strengths because everybody brings something different to the table. And as we're being attacked, we got to counteract. But we need to get off of defense and start playing offense. Would you agree, John?
Well, yeah, brother, and I'll tell you what. Since I sat in on a lot of conversations with the Tea Party movement because I was heavily invested in that. And I left the Patriotic Resistance and moved to the Tea Party and became vice president of my local group over here in Southwest Louisiana. And one of the things that I had to focus them on, because there was a lot of conversation, let's start a third party. No, not going to work, folks, because they do have so much power and control. You have to make the decision, and the decision was, well, okay, we'll infiltrate and we'll use the Republican Party. And I went to, I don't know, I got my picture on the front page of the Times-Picayunes in New Orleans, handing a notice to every Republican speaker at their Southern Leadership Conference. And I mean, Mike Pence, you can't name one of them I didn't hand that paper to and looked them straight in their eyes. I'm the governor of Mississippi, governor of Louisiana, and told them, we're coming. You're either gonna get in line or we'll vote you out. I've stood nose to nose.
John, you got to tell them the story. You got to tell them the story about what color of shirt you wore and what it said on the back of the shirt. And before you do, I want the audience to just tune in for just a second, man. Chat, tune in for what John's about to tell you, because when he went to these meetings, when he went to candidates all over speaking and these speeches and these engagements, these press releases, John, you wore a specific color shirt, and it said a specific thing on the back of the shirt that started with a W.
We the people.
Watchmen.
Is that it? Oh,
Watchmen.
I got it.
Watchmen.
Yeah,
the Watchmen.
Listen,
the red shirts. The red shirts that say the Watchmen.
Okay, now listen. And that was something that I did in this local, and then we went statewide, and then it spread around. But we said, how do we get these local politicians to listen to us? And we set people, and we went with large white letters, and it was watcher, here to watch you. And we had people that took shorthand, and we took the minutes of every meeting. We got on every agenda that we had to get on to be able to speak. We learned how to break through their little 3-minute, you get 3 minutes to say what the topic is for tonight and how you want to address it. And then they turn the mic off. And I've had cops come up behind me, and, the
I know we lost you, John. We lost you. You went quiet on me. You went quiet on me. So
I'm going to finish them.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah. Did you hear any of it?
No, we lost you. We lost you when you said the 3-minute agenda, the 3-minute deal.
Well, that's fine. But it ain't what we put them on notice, and then we showed up at every meeting, and then we always knew, and we take that to our monthly meetings, and we'd go over, the person that represented the school board would get up and say, hey, here's something that's happening at the school board. We need to head off, and we need to let the community know. We printed out and gave away free newspapers inside the community. I got a 17-inch printer back in the back just to print out newspapers that we distributed that happened in the state of Florida, Louisiana, Oklahoma. So you got to become proactive, and you got to challenge them. And now you have a weapon, Mike, that we didn't have. We didn't have digital warriors. We weren't digital warriors. We were foot soldiers going and knocking on doors and going into businesses and saying, hey, can we leave a stack of these papers with you? And finding patriot businesses and saying, hey, give you a red sticker to put on out front so that the patriots will know that this is a patriot-owned store. Come in and support your business. Those are things that you can do. And it worked, because look, we're where we're at because of what took place in the Tea Party movement, and the fact that we knew how to help Mr. T organize to get elected, to turn out the vote. Had to go into precincts, and we had infiltrated enough of the Republican precincts that we had precinct watchers, and people that knew, okay, here's what you got to look for. And Mr. T took it even further because he's a great organizer, but he listened. And every time we sent information to Mr. T, guess what? We got a response from a staff member. It was personalized. Man, we thank you for what you're doing. And what parallel in Louisiana, and they connected with on a personal level, and that still was the same in 2020. And that's how I know Mr. T did not lose the election of 2020.
No, he did not.
So we got that, you know. So Dinesh now, that's coming out and going to be in theaters, 4 viewings a day on May 20th across the entire
Holy
nation.
cow. Holy cow.
I don't know who
cow.
financed that.
Well, let's shift gears here for just a second. So, something popped up in the news this afternoon that I thought you'd be interested in, John. Climate Marshall Plan. UN joins World Economic Forum call to end of oil, gas, and coal use. So, you know, we talk about old what's his face there. I can't even stand to say his name. What is it? Klaus Schwab. What's his name, John?
Yeah, that's it. Schwab.
Klaus Schwab. And we talk about how he says lots of times, you're going to own nothing and be happy. And now he's making deals with the UN. Your thoughts on that?
Well, the UN has been controlled and under the control of the World Economic Forum for the last couple of decades. And their first agenda, and that happened in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And we actually, Billy Boy Clinton and Al Gore joined the Agenda 21 movement, and that was about saving the planet. And at that time, they still referred to it as global warming until some great NASA scientists says you're all full of crap, and they said no. So then they changed. And you listen, think about a here. Let me lay this out so you'll recognize what I'm telling you is the truth. It's been verified and proven time and time again. When go back to Mr. McCarthy. He had his trials, and he knew that communists were embedded in the United States government, that they had taken control of Hollywood, and he knew that. And he tries to undo them. So what did they do? They shifted, and they no longer, they tore up all their literature, their communist literature that actually Communist USA. They destroyed all that.
Wow.
And what? The Progressive Party.
Yep.
Progressive.
That started all the way back in World War II with FDR, progressivism. That started back then.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Teddy Roosevelt he ran as a progressive candidate, but nowhere near when you go and you look at, and that was the Bull Moose Party, and that was the last really unsuccessful, huge. He came near, but when you go and think about that 3-party divide and what that did, that gave us the IRS, also gave us the central bankers, did away with a lot of control of our currency and handed it over to the central bankers. And that was Woodrow Wilson in 1917, and that was because of Teddy Roosevelt's Bull Moose Party, Progressive Party. But nowhere near.
Uh-oh. I think we lost him again. We lost again there, John. Bad signal on your end. I don't know if you're pacing. You're so excited that you're pacing back and forth in your house, losing signal, but we lost you again. I'll let you finish your thought as soon as you hop back in. Just letting you guys know, True Social is up on the web. So if you guys have a laptop, computer, PC, you guys are welcome to join Truth Social. And as you do, find Tammy, the Hammer Nation, at Tammy Nation. I'm over there at Liberty Warrior Nation. I know my phone's been buzzing pretty heavy right now. A lot of people joining. So those of you who have your PCs, laptops, congratulations to finally getting access to Truth Social. You're going to love it. And we are there. We're there every day, multiple times a day. Tammy is always putting stuff out, so check her out at Tammy Nation. You back there, John?
Well, I still see a little yellow message box, but so in my conversation, when you look at the parties and how they've joined at the hip, we've witnessed under Republicans having control, nothing gets done. Democrats got full control, nothing gets done unless it's against the people, and even the Republicans, they.
Oh, wow. He goes down again. John, I'm going to switch gears with you here real quick. While you're off the mic, hopefully you can hear me, because I want to talk about last night. I want to talk about the elections in the states of, what were the elections? I can't remember. It was Ohio, Michigan, Carolina, Idaho, Oregon, Pennsylvania. They're already having problems. Now they're saying Oz needs a miracle. And listen to this, a miracle in the mail in Pennsylvania state primary. So I found that odd. I seen a couple of comments in chat where they were telling people that were there inside that facility that they had to stand 25 feet back, which, here we go again. That's the same thing that they told the people in November 2020. You got to stand all the way back here, 30 feet away, while we check over these pieces of paper. How in the heck could anybody 25 feet away see what that piece of paper says? That is, man, I'm getting irritated just seeing the comments in chat talking about this stuff. They're also saying that the results won't be out until Friday. John, your thoughts on that? You know anything that I'm talking about there when it comes to Pennsylvania and the vote from last night, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Ohio? I'm just off the top of my head. I think Kentucky and North Carolina were also in the primaries last night. You have comment on that?
Well, I think
or
that Pennsylvania by
there
far. Yeah. Am I here?
Yep, you're here.
Can
Go
you
ahead.
hear me? All right.
Yep,
so
loud and clear.
Pennsylvania looks like it might. It may have been a replay of what happened in 2020 in Pennsylvania, because guess what? That's one of the most corrupt places. That's where the largest number of donkeys operated out of Pennsylvania, and they certainly do not want any Mr. T supported candidate. This is what we've been warned about, that we're going to have to spend and be very diligent when it comes to the midterms and what happens. But I don't know.
Well, there's comment in the chat. There's comment in the chat that they were handing out Sharpies again. I mean, are you?
Yeah. I saw that.
Am I in Groundhog's Day movie again with Bill Murray, where he wake up and it's a replay of yesterday? I mean, this seems like a replay of 2020.
Well, maybe we'll have to do what the third world countries do, and then on election day, have the military go in and operate the elections. Maybe get paper ballots, and one person, once you've presented your voter ID, you get to vote and you get to watch it tabulated. So I don't, because it is shocking that all of this took place, and that what happened in Pennsylvania looks like a replay. That's scary. It's frightening, but I'm sure going to still turn out to vote.
Oh, me too. Yesterday was our primary here. And I'm looking forward to November as well. I'm going to cast my vote, regardless of what people think, whether they think it don't count or does count, or it's, the other R word and F word that we can't say. I see it in chat, but I can't repeat it. I'm sorry, folks. It's just, man, it just really, it feels like America under attack again,
Brother, we under the greatest attack in human history, and not just us, the entire world. Evil is playing its end game. And why would they be forced into an end game where they either got to take us out now, total control? Why?
Man, John, we lost you again, brother. John has gone MIA for like the fourth time tonight. He's having some wicked internet problems. I saw today in chat on one of my shows, people were saying that internet is going to be really spotty and stuff here in the next few days. Now, I didn't catch the whole story on that. I didn't understand what they were talking about. If they were doing some transfer lines, some I don't know. We can call it all kinds of things, but internet, it's the internet. You know, there's nothing that's ever 100% all the time. So it's just frustrating when it goes down. And it looks like we lost John for a couple of seconds here. So, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. He's bouncing out. He'll bounce back in. Check it out. Laptops. The web is available on Truth Social. You guys can jump over there, find Tammy the Hammer Nation at Tammy Nation. You can find me there at Liberty Warrior Nation. I'm also at Twitter. Twitter is actually kind of fun, to be honest with you. I stayed off of Twitter this entire time, but once Elon Musk supposedly bought them out, then I figured I'd roll the dice and see what happens. And then he backs out a little bit on this. Is that on purpose? Somebody said Elon Musk took Twitter down without even spending $1. Was that you, John Estabrooks, that said that yesterday on Podbean?
No, it wasn't me. It might have been Stephen. But
Right.
but the fact is what he's revealed and why he's pulled back. And people got to get their head wrapped around this. So you go to Joey Dime's Twitter feed, see all these millions of people. And in actuality, he might have 200 people watching him. And the rest of them are bots, bought and paid.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what the complaint about Twitter was, is they claimed, like, I don't know, something like 80% of Twitter is all bots and fake accounts. And there's not that many real
Yeah.
people on
Yeah.
Twitter. I don't know how much of that is true or not true.
No.
I couldn't tell you. I'm a newbie on Twitter, so I just find it fun to be able to just throw a thought out there real quick, and I don't have to click a camera on or a mic to do that. I could do the same thing on Facebook too, throw a thought out there, but I don't know. It's Twitter, Twitter,
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't last long enough on Twitter to really have any value in it. I think I was on for 3 weeks before they.
Oh, brother, I'm pushing that envelope. We're live right now on Twitter, man. I'm pushing the envelope on Twitter to see how quickly I can get booted off of Twitter. Are there any bets in chat? I've been on there now. Here, I'll give you the date. Are there any bets in chat how long LW stays on Twitter? I'll give you my sign-in date. I think I'm around 2 weeks right now, and I'm telling you what, I'm bringing it on Twitter. I don't hold back. I put some videos out on Twitter, some short little videos on Twitter. I don't care. Take me out on Twitter. I could care less. April of 2022. So I signed up last month on Twitter. I don't know what day last month it was, but I want to say I'm somewhere around 3 or 4 weeks maybe on Twitter. So any bets on how long I last on Twitter? John, you said you made it 3 weeks.
Yeah. But
I think I have you beat there.
Yeah, I used some derogatory language. I broke down, and I guess that was prior to me learning to temper my tongue. Miss Jackie had to school me. And listen, folks, you're listening to a man that, if you wanted to break this down into something that's not fit for human consumption, it'd take me all of about 2 seconds. I'm a roughneck.
Yes, you are. You told me the story. You told me the story about being in the hospital and that nurse, and you created some new cuss words that had never been heard before. So, yeah, I've been around plenty of roughnecks in my career too. I've been on many drill rigs. And yeah, there's definitely a different form of language that is used when you're out in the oil field. That is not should not be used in public.
Yeah, we don't suffer in the oil field from gender identity. We don't have an identity crisis.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
it's no, and let me tell you something. That's deplorable, and that whole gendered conversation and attempting to bring that into kindergarten classrooms, pre-K. What are we doing, America? That's not America. That's not who this nation is. That's
America
a
under attack, brother. It's America
yeah.
under attack. Did
You
you
can't.
did you did you hear me go off last night about all that stuff?
Uh.
Man, I was off the chain last night. I didn't hold anything back last night. I was wound up. I gave it to him. Let's just say I gave it to him. And like I said, I pushed the limits on Twitter and everywhere because I really think if we don't stand up now, we're never going to stand up. So I'm willing to go right to the front. I'm willing to take the hits. I'm willing to stand in that gap and stand at the front of the line. And I'm here, man. I'm here for everyone listening, everyone watching. If you're new from Twitter, welcome. If you're new from Truth Social, just catching us for the first time, welcome to LWN. We have a lot to offer here. We've got great people that come on with us. John Estabrooks is one of many. We're here to try to put out the best information we possibly can. We want to educate and enlighten our audience. And we just want to put out the truth. So if that's your cup of tea, then this is your channel. If you want to follow the other side where they talk about
if you got a minute.
all the other stuff, this is not the channel for you. Go ahead, John. The floor is yours, brother. Uh-oh, we lost him. We lost John again. MIA. He'll be back. I don't know why he's having a rough time with the internet tonight, but it's definitely kicking his tail. Listen, I've already got, just since we started the show, oh, heck, man. Camperman, welcome to Truth Social. I must have got 20 or 30 subscribers just since we've been on Truth Social. So that's all of you who are now on your laptops and computer. So yeah, I just saw you come through, Camperman. Welcome to Truth Social, man. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love it. For those of you who only have Androids, I promise you they're going to get to you next. I thought it would be by the end of this week that Androids would also be available on Truth Social. And when you get there, boy, there's a lot to talk about on Truth Social, a lot of information there. And don't forget about Frank Speech. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. To bounce between Truth Social and Frank Speech, it's like you got the best of both worlds. Frank Speech as well, just putting out truth bombs like you wouldn't believe. You guys got to jump over there and find us on Truth Social. We do put all this material up over there too, but there's so many great influencers on Truth Social. It's different than Frank Speech. Frank Speech is more like Facebook. Truth Social is it's a network, you know. It's got TV, it's got podcasts, got everything you want over there on Frank Speech. And if you like My Pillow products, get over there and shop. You know, go to mypillow.com, use promo code LWN. You can save up to 66%. And I love the sheets. I got the sheets on my bed. I wear the slippers. I got the towels. A lot of great products over there. Remember, graduation this month, next month, right around the corner. Great graduation gifts, and Father's Day right around the corner too. You know, dads like slippers. Bed sheets are a great gift. They got all kinds of different things there. Some people think, well, My Pillow is just pillow sales. No, it's not. Man, you got to go to the store. They also have mystore.com, which is also Patriot-owned businesses in my store, and you guys can check that out too. There's all kinds of things in that store. I can't remember everything that was in there, but a lot of good stuff, all made right here in America. So like I said, Go to mypillow.com, use promo code LWN. You can save up to 66%. A lot of stuff for you to shop there. Check us out, LWN, fliptheswitch.com. Another Patriot company selling lots of 97% of what they sell is made right here in America. So when we talk about America under attack and China coming in under these tariffs and all the stuff we talk about tonight, this is how we all come together and make a difference and unite. Even when you purchase, make your dollar count. Quit spending it at Walmart. Quit spending it at Target. Quit funding BlackRock, Vanguard, Main Street. Quit funding those people because they turn around and they fund all these Democrats and these rhinos that attack us. America under attack. You're funding our own attack on us by spending your money at those places. So check them out. Great companies. All right, John, you said you'd like to read something to us. So, brother, I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
All right, and I hope I can keep my bars up. I don't know what happened to them. I don't think anybody would just turn me off like that. I don't know.
Go for it.
Can you hear me?
5 by 5.
All right.
You're in the green right now, so hurry before you're in the red.
How do you hide the truth?
Is that a question for me, or are you reading a statement? Oh, look at that. As soon as he says one word, one sentence, he goes right back to the red. John, what is going on? We lost you again, John. He has something important he wants to share with you guys. I'm sure of it. So hang with us. We're going to wrap this up here just in a few minutes, but I want to give John an opportunity to read what he's got. So, John, if you can hear me, brother, you are completely in the red. So your internet is weak internet. All right, try it one more time.
All right,
go ahead,
I don't know how far I got. How far did I get?
Nowhere. Go ahead.
Well, man, I'm back in the red again. All right. So how do you hide the truth? You create a website and label it fake. How do you hide the truth? Create a public trend. Term conspiracy. Use conspiracy to humiliate. Typecast as mental. Anyone who opposes the narrative. How do you hide?
Well, we lost him again. Oh, sorry about that, folks. It's a rough night for John's internet for some reason. I think I'm going to go ahead and just roll into a final thought here because I lost John. He's completely blacked out and gone. So we're going to wrap it up tonight, but thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Like I said, hit that like button before you leave. Share this out. Share this video out. It'll be uploaded over on Frank's Speech. It's already on Truth Social. It's already on Twitter. It's on Facebook. So thanks for joining us tonight. And this is my final thought. America under attack. Dissolving the Bill of Rights. Dissolving any of our rights. Everything that we've lived through in the last 24 months. Everything that President Donald J. Trump brought to the forefront. When he kicked that hornet's nest. When he really wakened a lot of people up. When he showed us what was really going on behind our backs and in front of our faces, and we chose to look away and not pay attention. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. It's time to get involved. It's time to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. It's time to get off the couch and get in the game and start making a difference and make a difference with this Patriot movement right here at LWN and all the other ones on Frank's Speech and Truth Social. Join us. We're out there fighting for your rights, just like the military does. We're here each and every night, Monday through Thursday, putting it out there. Share it out, like it. Love you all, and have a great night.
Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so damn afraid to look. I'm so sick of talking. I'm wearing the words out, words out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. When it feels like everyone's out to get me, I see the river on the back of my